Welcome to the North Bank special edition. We thought we would drop this. We're only an hour and a half away from the biggest game of recent history. Before we go in, it's just welcome to the North Bank. We're dropping lots of material at the moment. If you could drop us a sub, a like, share, put the bell notification on. We have lots and lots of content coming out. Just before I move on, we do have a giveaway. There's 2 giveaways on this month. So I'll let Debray introduce the first one.
Good afternoon, Gooners. Welcome to In the North Bank. This is the Bray, and got some further exciting breaking news. And we have our second sponsor for our shows, the Game Day Live show, our flagship watch-along show. We have proudly been sponsored by Zenith Coins. A monthly giveaway for a coin for the lucky winner. How to enter? Watch Game Day Live, tune into the watch along show, listen for the Zenith Coins giveaway moment, and then comment with Zenith Coins space hashtag COYG, Common You Gunners, in the live chat on YouTube, on Facebook. Post on X, or formerly known as Twitter, using the hashtag Game Day Live, and tag in Zenith Coins and ITMB_AFC, and then give Zenith Coins a follow. And that is gonna be as easy as that. There's 1 entry per platform, must be watching live, and the winners are chosen at random, and they will be announced as the Big Sunday show at the end of the month. UK participants only for now, and our decision is final. But once again, a huge thank you to Zenith Coins for amazing support. I'm sure it'll be a great little partnership. It's only the beginning, and Game Day Live just leveled up. But I think it'll be brilliant. And if you haven't seen them already, Zenith Coins, go to zenithcoins.com. The leader in the world of digital collectibles, offering fans a new way to invest, collect, and engage with their passions. Okay, with innovation at the heart of everything they do, Zenith Coins is redefining how communities connect around the things they love. Check them out. Some of them are really good, and I love the look of it. And as I said, so proud to have them on board. Can't wait to see what's ahead for Game Day Live, and it's made even stronger by this little partnership. So I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to get to the Emirates. Thank you, Zenith, and come on, you Arsenal.
Guys, the first giveaway, Paul mentioned coin, and he's not doing it justice at all. I'll just share a couple of pictures with you. It's actually the Invincibles collection, worth £149. Now, if you go onto Zenith's website and you want to purchase this, you just have to put in your email address and you will get 10% off, bringing that total down. Absolutely fantastic set. 49 unbeatens in there, the Invincible coin, the gold coin. We've got Arsene Wenger, we've got the team. They're absolutely outstanding. We've actually purchased not this set, we've got some of the other Zenith Arsenal coins, and they're absolutely brilliant. But without further ado, I'm joined for the special edition by my good friend and podcast brother, Richard. How are you doing, bro?
Very well, thank you. And you, Mark?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm excited for this. I'm really quite excited for this. So just to go into the show, we have the news broke that Real Madrid have came in, Richard, and said that Saliba is their priority for in the summer. We know that he's got 2 years left on his contract, so we're going to delve into some stats between him and Huijsen.
Poison, yeah.
Huijsen. So we're going to look in between the two players and just break that down. So good with you, bro?
Yeah, that sounds brilliant.
That's great. So without further ado, I'll get the slides up, Richard, and then if you're good, we'll just straight ahead with this.
Yeah, straight ahead.
Straight ahead. Good man. So yeah, as I said, it's Saliba versus Huijsen, head to head. So we'll just delve into this. Richard's got some unbelievable stats. So, right, transfer showdown, Richard. The valuations, you want to go through that?
Yeah. Well, Saliba is 99 million euros or 85 million pounds, which would be a world record fee for a defender, and Huijsen has a 15 million release clause in his contract. So I mean, the Huijsen one is quite easy to do. The Saliba one, that's the minimum starting price and valuation. So it will be down to the two clubs to thrash that out.
Could you see the Saliba one going into treble figures?
Oh, quite easily. I mean, he's still only 24, and he's one of the best centre backs in the world, and he's only going to get better. He's not quite at his prime yet.
Yeah. What would you say is prime for a defender?
Probably about 28 to 32.
Right.
They're a little bit. I mean that they can last a lot longer, and it takes a while to mature into that position. I think there's a lot of nuances into it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Just touching on their profiles then, Richard.
Yeah. So Dean Huijsen is Spanish. He's 20, and he is 6.55 feet or 1.97 meters.
Yep.
So William Saliba is a French international. He is 24, and he comes in at 6.35 meters. So 2 inches shorter, and that's 1.92 meters roughly in height.
They're two big lads.
Yeah,
definitely says that.
Two monsters. We definitely need to look like midgets against them.
We would. I think Huijsen would come in at like over a foot bigger than me. So, Richard, playing time. What could you tell us?
Well, they've had Saliba's had played more matches, 33 to Huijsen's 29. Saliba started all 33 of his matches. Huijsen's only started 24 of those 29. Saliba's equates to 2,904 minutes, and Huijsen's equates to about 2,234 minutes of playing time across the season.
Just on like the playing time, Richard. Saliba came to Arsenal, I think, was it 2 years ago?
So he came.
Before when
Arteta started, was it a couple of years ago?
I mean, he started playing in the Premier League just 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
What would you say for Huijsen then? That he's only 20 and he would have been 19 when he made his Premier League debut. Do you think that that might speed up his development, playing at that high standard?
It might do. He's under a decent coach. He's in a team that there is relatively no pressure on, so he doesn't have to worry about making mistakes, and that he can just concentrate on his game. Whereas at Arsenal, and any other top six club, you're in a goldfish bowl. Every mistake is magnified. Every little thing you do is magnified. So being at a club like Bournemouth helps out in that sense.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now, I know they're central defenders, but we're going to do it backwards. So, shooting. Do you want to just give some of the stats on those shots?
Yeah. So they both had. Huijsen's had 18 shots, and Saliba's had 6. Of the 18 Huijsen's had, 3 have been on target. 2 of the 6 shots Saliba's had been on targets. All 3 of Huijsen's shots on target have been goals, and the same for Saliba's. That equates to about 16.7% of the shots Huijsen takes are on target, and 33% of the shots Saliba takes are on target. They have sort of 0.73 for Huijsen shots per 90 minutes, and Saliba's is 0.19, which is significantly lower. You can have a look at the expected goals. Huijsen is overperforming by about 1.228. Saliba is underperforming by 0.3, so not a great difference. To be honest, other than that, most of the stats are reasonably level. The distances from the shot, Huijsen seems to take shots from further out, the 11.9 yards and 5.4 for the Saliba.
Yeah. See, out of like the shots, because Huijsen's taken a lot of shots for a central defender.
Yeah.
Do you think that's maybe down to encouragement from Areola, or do you think that he's just young and fearless?
It could well be. It's also that Bournemouth are quite an attacking side, so there's whereas when we play against the bigger teams, we're not as adventurous. We're more reserved. And Saliba and Gabriel, or Saliba and Kivior, are the 2 players tasked with defending, keeping up us solid at the back, and they cover a lot of ground defensively. Whereas in Bournemouth setup, doesn't necessarily have to shoulder that responsibility.
So would you definitely say that style of play comes into style of play for why the shots are?
Yeah, and again, I mean, a lot of those will be from set pieces, and he might not get the first ball, but he'll get the knock back and have a shot from the second ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Whereas most of Saliba's are literally from set pieces, and he he isn't the main target for set pieces.
Yeah.
So
So the likes of corners for Saliba, and it would be headers.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it, or pretty much tap ins from a 6-yard box because the ball's fallen to him and he's just taken a shot from that sort of range.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to passing. Richard, you got the stats on that?
Yeah. So Huijsen has completed 1,204 passes out of a 1,444 attempted, and Saliba's completed 2,320 passes out of an attempted 2,463 passes. This puts Dean Huijsen at 83.4% completion rate and Saliba at a 94.2% completion rate. Huijsen has completed a total distance of 24,235 yards, and Saliba is 39,927 yards.
Yeah, that Richard, again, when you look at that, could that be down to, because Saliba's obviously played more minutes than Huijsen, could that be again maybe down to the fact that Arsenal play out from the back and a lot of the start-up play, build-up play is starting with Saliba?
Yeah,
Bournemouth take a different approach.
Yeah, if you look when we set up, the ball goes usually from Gabriel to Saliba, back to Gabriel, back to Saliba, maybe to Raya, back to the left, and we're trying to draw opponents onto us. So Saliba gets a lot of touches, and he's usually the guy who gets is first to the ball. He's the covering defender, so his first thing once he's won the ball is a pass back to Raya or a pass to the closest
What
teammate.
about the progression from the back?
Right, so progression is quite interesting. There's again the progressive distance is 9,618 for Huijsen and 12,025 for Saliba, and again this if you look at Saliba, quite a few of Saliba's balls, they're forward to White, they're forward to Partey, they're forward to Gabriel. Very rarely are they back and sidewards. He'll be the deepest defender and pass it across to Gabriel, but it's not directly side to side. It's more of a diagonal forward, giving Gabriel the chance to run onto it and progress the ball on his side.
Richard, see,
and he can play the ball through the lines, can't he, quite well.
But Richard, see if you're looking at that, there's only a difference there of just give or take 2,400.
Yeah, it's not.
And
not
when
much,
you think of the fact that Huijsen's only started 24 games and had 4 substitute appearances compared to Saliba's 33 games, then that total figure doesn't tell you a massive story, does it? Because it actually looks like out progression that Huijsen can possibly be or has performed better this season than Saliba. Would you not say that?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we take a deeper delve into these, it's Saliba is more of a short and mid-range passer, and if you look at the long-range passes, Huijsen attempted 270. Saliba has only attempted 150.
Right.
Huijsen has only completed 160 of those 270 long balls, which is a 59.3% completion rate. And Saliba's completed 119 of the 149 long passes, which is a 79.9%. So Saliba is more measured. He is only making a long pass that he is relatively sure he's going to be able to complete. Whereas Huijsen maybe takes a bit more of a risk with these passes, long passes.
I've just done a check there of the yards, and actually averages that Saliba has 365 on average per game that he's played, and Huijsen's coming in at over 400. So out of Huijsen's 400, would you say that some of them are not accurate and they don't come off? They would still be calculated.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the accuracy, his accuracy on all his passing is down. His short passing is 89% to Saliba's 95%. Right. His medium is 91 to 96, and the long passing is 59.3 to 79.9. So you can see the short and medium, they're quite close. But when it gets to the longer passes, Saliba, though he takes less risks, he's still accurate with them, whereas Huijsen maybe isn't as accurate. But he may clear that ball, take more of those attempted long range passes on.
Okay, so yeah. He's not scared, but again, that could come down to passing accuracy. It would also come down to your teammates as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and if you look at Bournemouth, they do like to hit on the counter. They've got Semenyo, they've got quite a pacey front three.
But so Arsenal,
Evan Hilton.
But Arsenal are very possession based side, rather than counter attack. Yes. So, but it's interesting. I find that really interesting. Do you want to move on to tackles?
Yes.
Just give me a breakdown.
Yeah, I'll just go. So, Huijsen has made 33, and Saliba's made 60. So 16 of those tackles for Huijsen have been in the defensive third. 35 of Saliba's have been in the defensive third. The middle third has been 23 for Saliba, 16 for Huijsen. Saliba's made 2 in the attacking third, and Huijsen has made 1 in the attacking third. So both really sort of the defensive third is where they make most of the tackles, and for Saliba it is the middle third and defensive third. There's a bigger difference, whereas for Huijsen, it's very similar. 16 in each of those parts of the field.
Yeah. What about challenges, Richard?
So they both Saliba's attempted 27, and Huijsen has attempted 25. So very close in the terms of attempts. Saliba's made 21 of those, and Huijsen has made 15 of his. Well, that puts the tackle percentage at 60% for Huijsen and 77.8% for Saliba. So again here you're looking at that. Saliba is strong in the tackle, usually wins the ball. He might not keep possession, but he might knock the ball ball out into a teammate's path for them to clean up and take it on.
Okay. What about pace-wise? Because I couldn't find anything on that. If you just off the eye test, would you say there's much difference in pace between the two of them?
No, not on the eye test. I mean, I would have to look at specific stats to see if what one is faster. They're both very quick. I mean, when you see Saliba, he sort of just glides across the ground, and he's. I always look at it as a. I mean, I know people call him a Rolls Royce, but if you ever had a Vauxhall car and you went on the you've ever gone on the motorway, and you go 50, 60 miles an hour and thing, but it seems as if you're not even moving. You get up to 90 and you're just gliding. It still seems like you're gliding along, and that's a bit like Saliba. You don't see that performance levels until he's sort of in his top stride, and he makes it so smooth and easy. There's a smoothness to that as well.
No, definite one.
An elegance, if you sort of say. Whereas Huijsen maybe is a little bit more rough and raw around the edges, so he might not just use his pace to get to the ball and get himself out of trouble. He might just get to the ball and clear it.
No.
Whereas Saliba backs himself to get out of trouble.
What about possession?
So possession is Saliba's had 2,717 touches to Huijsen's 1,803 touches. 178 of those have been in the defensive penalty box for Saliba. 238 of them have been in the defensive penalty area for Huijsen. 1,072 have been in the defensive third for Saliba. 824 for Huijsen. In the middle third, it's 861 for Huijsen to Saliba's 1,519. And in the attacking third, it's 131 to 141 with Saliba 141. Now, an interesting one is in the attacking penalty box, Huijsen has had 30 touches and Saliba has 18.
That is,
So that's quite a marked difference there, isn't it?
It is, especially when you look at, again, I've just done a quick calculation based on the amount of games both of them have played, and as of touches, I think average Saliba has 83 per game, and Huijsen's coming in at it's not far off it. I think it's about 80. So no, 75, 75. But again, when you're talking not Arsenal a possession-based side, that is not a massive difference really, considering that Huijsen is playing for Bournemouth rather than Arsenal.
Yeah, I mean it's also the. I think you can see that they both like getting on the ball and they don't mind where that is. Saliba tends to be in the defensive third and middle third than the defensive penalty area, the attacking third or the attacking penalty area. And again, Huijsen is very similar, defensive third and middle third but the defensive penalty area also takes a lot more touches than Saliba does. Again, that's possibly down to style of play and the qualities of the teams they're in. I like the look of the sort of, if you look at the take-ons and carries that they do. I mean, this again shows a marked difference. So Huijsen has attempted five take-ons. He's successful with two of them, which gives him a success rate of 40%. He's been tackled 3 times, and the tackled percentage is 60% of the time he tries to take on, he's tackled. William Saliba has attempted 19 take-ons. 12 of them are successful, which is a 63.2% successful rate. And he's only been tackled 6% of the time, which means a third of the time he attempts a take-on. Just under a third, 31.6%. He gets tackled.
So,
and then it's not bad, is it?
I mean, it is. So, just a quick conclusion on this, then, Richard. Saliba's contract runs out in 2027. So that would say that he has 2 years left on his contract. Now,
yes.
The first point I want to make is Madrid are being arrogant and basically think that because they're after a player, they get a player. Saliba is obviously under contract, and if Arsenal don't play ball, then there's nothing that Madrid could do. However, if Saliba, we know that he's got under contract, talking about a new contract. If he doesn't sign that contract, Richard, would you keep him for one more season and then try and sell him with 1 year left, where he could decide that he's staying and go on a free transfer, or would you cash in this summer?
I'd cash in the summer, or at least a January one if you at the latest. But the summer's the ideal one, isn't it? If there's no indication that he's going to be willing to sign a new contract, and you usually get an idea. I mean, it might be that you sit down, you talk, and you realise, yes, he wants to sign. It's just working out those terms and things. But you'll sit down with a player and you'll say, right, this is what we're looking at. What are you looking at? And he'll come back with something ridiculous that he knows. The agent comes back with something ridiculous that he knows you're not going to match. So, in that case, you already got a very good idea that this isn't going to go anywhere, and you're going to better off selling.
So the reason that we've done Huijsen, he's only 20-year-old. He is under contract until 2030. So he is in a long contract. However, that release clause is there for 50 million. So would you be happy if we did have to sell Saliba and cash in, and we did bring in Huijsen, offered knowing the stats comparing the two?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a good look at him this season in two games, and the last one in particular is pretty important, and there's room for growth there. Will he reach Saliba's level? Very possibly. Will Saliba reach his full potential? That's still unknown, isn't it? I mean, injuries and things can change things in life. So what you're looking at is you're making a profit, and you still have money in the. You're making a profit on Saliba, and then you're getting another player in with a little bit of cash left over for the other areas of the squad that need building. Because let's be honest, we need, as I said, I feel we need sort of 8 or 9 players in. I don't think Arsenal will do that, but that's what the amount of players I believe we need to compete in all competitions.
So, Richard, if I just a final note before we close off, say I give you this scenario that Arsenal accepted 100 million from Real Madrid for Saliba. They went and got Huijsen for 50 million. They took 100 million off of their transfer war chest, reported 300 million, and they got Isak. So still had 200 million for the rest of the squad, but they brought in a quality defender and a real quality striker. Would you be happy at that happening?
Yes, reasonably happy, because I'd be sad to see Saliba go, because he's a talented player. But you get an Isak and you're bringing in Huijsen, who I think can be a really talented player, because he's younger than Saliba and he's still got that room to grow more. I'd be more than happy, because I think that possibly puts us over the line for a Premier League.
Agree.
Or a Champions League.
Absolutely agree. And that's so, this is just something, I'm just used that as a scenario, Gunnars. This could be a possibility in the summer of happening. So if Saliba does go to Real Madrid, just bear in mind, this could be extra money into the transfer kitty. Yes, we'll have to replace him, but if we're picking up a young kid, a 20-year-old that's this good, a defender already at 20, then it's not a massive loss. And as you said, Richard, again, if we get that quality striker coming in, that could be the difference between a Premier League and a Champions League. So,
you think, right? Even if you didn't get Isak and you got Gyökeres and Huijsen, you're only spending sort of 10, maybe 10, 20 million on top of me.
Saliba money, and you've got a lot more. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Richard. And
so there's it opens a world of possibilities, and then of course you've got all the other transfers as well. So you could, if you were Berta, literally go and get the sort of 7-8 players in to give Arteta a 25-man squad and give him a headache.
No, absolutely, Richard. Richard, again, this just like your tactical breakdowns, absolutely brilliant, and I really appreciate you doing this today. You're back at 7:30 with the watch along for one of the biggest.
Yeah, with another Scotsman.
Yeah, not this Scotsman. Yeah, so you're on with Des Enforcer for a watch along there. So we'll end up there. Give Richard a bit of a break before he has to do the watch along. I'd like to thank you again, Richard. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Zenith for sponsoring us, guys. I'll put on Paul again, tell you how to get onto the competition. It's win an invincible set. It will be given away at the end of this month to one lucky Arsenal fan. It's the invincible set. It's 5 coins. You've got Arsene Wenger in there. You've got 49 coin undefeated. You've got the invincible coin, which is in gold, obviously. You've got the coin of the team. Absolute outstanding gift, or giveaway, sorry, and the value is £150. So, guys, please get involved. I'll leave you with the Bray, and come on, you Gooners.
Come on, you Gooners.
Good afternoon, Gooners. Welcome to In the North Bank. This is the Bray, and got some further exciting breaking news, and we have our second sponsor for our shows. The Game Day Live show, our flagship watch along show. We have proudly been sponsored by Zenith Coins. A monthly giveaway for a coin for the lucky winner. How to enter? Watch Game Day Live, tune into the watch along show, listen for the Zenith Coins giveaway moment, and then comment with Zenith Coins space hashtag COYG, Common You Gunners, in the live chat on YouTube, on Facebook. Post on X, or formerly known as Twitter, using the hashtag Game Day Live, and tag in Zenith Coins and ITMB_AFC, and then give Zenith Coins a follow. And that is gonna be as easy as that. There's one entry per platform, must be watching live, and the winners are chosen at random, and they will be announced as the Big Sunday show at the end of the month. UK participants only for now, and our decision is final. But once again, a huge thank you to Zenith Coins for amazing support. I'm sure it'll be a great little partnership. It's only the beginning, and Game Day Live just leveled up. But I think it'll be brilliant. And if you haven't seen them already, Zenith Coins, go to zenithcoins.com. The leader in the world of digital collectibles, offering fans a new way to invest, collect, and engage with their passions. Okay, with innovation at the heart of everything they do, Zenith Coins is redefining how communities connect around the things they love. Check them out. Some of them are really good, and I love the look of it. And as I said, so proud to have them on board. Can't wait to see what's ahead for Game Day Live, and it's made even stronger by this little partnership. So I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to get to the Emirates.